So Devin Haney decides he wants to play nice with Ryan and Teo. Um, not really shocked by this. Really, I'm not. Let's talk about it in a second. Yeah, buddy.
Shout out to TD Sports, man. B. Norman Jr., man. See you taking the pictures out there and with that New York doing big things, man. Keep doing your thing.
Champion of the world. Shout out to TD Sports. TD Sports. Let's go, chat.
Gotcha. TD Sports Talk in the house. Let's go.
Cheers, guys. What's good, everybody? What is good? This is your boy Thomas from the Bronx, the great Tommy D out here in the Bronx, New York. Hope everybody is doing well. I don't usually drop videos. I think I should drop more videos. Time is everything with me. I'm a hardworking man, and I be busy, you know what I'm saying? Besides my little shows we do on Fridays, I got a show on Thursdays, and then now we're doing another football show, the football season here, very, very active, I guess, in these YouTube streets. But at the same time, I do have a life. I do have family. But, when it comes to topics like this and what I find very interesting, I think I feel that I need to speak about it. And here you see it right here as a picture of Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia in a face-off. Now, this picture obviously is just created for as a thumbnail, and they were much closer than this, 1,000%, right? Pictures are out there. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put it up on my screen now, but the picture that was floating around was this picture right here, much closer than that. They much closer, basically with the caption, after Brian Norman, you guys knows who's next, #the dream. And to tell you that I'm shocked is an understatement. Not shocked at all. A while ago, we did a video on Tank Davis, right, and his fan base, right? And now, and this video is more for the Devin Haney fans, his fan base, and maybe some of the content creators. You like who you like. You're a fan of who you're a fan of. That's beautiful. That's great. But the hypocrisy, sorry, I can't say that word, it's just insane to talk about other fighters or what they do and don't do. And, how can you do this? And, my guy is more perfect than your guy. My guy is on code. Your guy's not on code. My guy does the right things. Your guys will do the right thing. Listen, at the end of the day, we talked about this right here in the last video. Yeah, remember this tweet that Tank Davis made to a fan? The fan says, "Love you, Tank, but we got to see that rematch with Roach too." And what was Tank Davis' response? He says, "Shut the F up and be a fan." And you know what, guys? That's what it is right there with all these fighters. They do not care about you. They don't care about the fans. No matter how many times you may think they care, they don't care. They are going to do what's in their best interest. Maybe some may care as making the best fights for the fans, but at the end of the day, it's all about them. And you know what? I don't blame them. I don't blame any of these guys. Do your thing. Make your money. I appreciate it when they go for legacy, like what we saw Bud Crawford do this weekend with Canelo, moving up 2 weight classes for legacy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he got paid for it as well, but I appreciate things like that. That's why I love the sport of boxing. I want to see the best fight the best. I want to see the intriguing matchups. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see guys come out here and just fight for the money like Tank Davis is going to do with Jake Paul in a circus event, a sideshow event. I'm not with that. But when you go ahead and post this, it's telling me, you got to fight with Brian Norman Jr. in November, right? You're stepping up in class. You're daring to be great. 3-time world champion in 3 different weight classes. You're on your way to the Hall of Fame. I don't think you're a Hall of Famer yet, but you're definitely on your way, Devin Haney. By far, you're way steps ahead than a lot of other current active fighters right now, with the exception of maybe Shakur. Shakur might be next. I think he's on his way. I don't think they're guaranteed Hall of Famers just yet, but they have a lot of time, to get there, with fights to be made. You know what I'm saying? But this, really, you got to fight with Brian Norman Jr. And you're already talking about fighting this guy, Ryan Garcia. Why? What gives Ryan Garcia the right to get a title shot? Let's say you win this fight with Brian Norman, you're a champion. You're gonna make a voluntary defense against Ryan Garcia? Are you serious? Why? Because you want to get your lick back? Nobody cares. This guy doesn't care about you. He's obviously disrespected you. He has no respect for you, but yet you want to go and do face-offs and talk to this guy. And let me tell you something, guys. This is just a picture. We don't know what happened behind the scenes, but I can promise you there was a lot of hugs and kisses. All right? I could promise you there were a lot of hug and kisses. You're not going to believe that. No, they're doing it. It's just for show, whatever. Devin Haney doesn't like this guy. Bullshit. These guys are friends, because you ain't going to tell me that a guy that tried to kill you in the ring, a guy you sued, and a guy that constantly disrespected you, and all these tweets and all these things you're saying about Ryan Garcia's this and Ryan Garcia's that, you're going to be friends with this man and you're going to give this guy a payday and a title shot opportunity? A title shot opportunity for a guy that's never been world champion, for a guy that just lost his fast fight to Rolly Romero in a fight he was heavy favorite. But yeah, let's do him the favor. Why? Why should we applaud this? Why should we say this is right? Why should we say that this is something that we want to see? I don't want to see it. I do not like Ryan Garcia. I think he is everything that is wrong with boxing. Well, with the exception of one other fighter, right? And I'll get to that in a second. But as far as this is concerned, this is a complete joke. Haney, Garcia too, nobody cares. That's Garcia praying and hoping you would give him the opportunity. Hoping you give him the opportunity, of which you said you're going to do that, basically in that face-off. Now, you may lose to Brian Norman Jr., right? And if you do lose, I still don't want to see this fight, because nobody wants to see it. And you know what? I believe that Ryan Garcia will cheat you again. You got to be the biggest moron, the biggest fucking idiot, if you think this guy is not going to cheat you again. But you know what? Be friends with this guy. Kiss him on the cheek. Pat him on the forehead. I don't give a fuck. But you know what? It's got to be called out for what it is. This guy cheated you. He'll cheat you again. He disrespected you on multiple occasions. He didn't care for your well-being. He didn't care for any of that. But yet, you want to go and take pictures with this guy and do face-offs and stuff like that. I think this is a total disgrace. And I think it's a slap in the face to all the people that rock with you and to all your fans. And you know what? The Devin Haney fans that don't understand what I'm saying and think that I'm crazy or want to get at me, you know what? Then you're an idiot too. And you know what? I rock with a lot of content creators that vouch for this guy. And I purposely am not going to release this video until maybe the end of the week, because I want to give you guys the opportunity to maybe post something and say something, because I want to be in those chats and see. I mean, you guys, the chats in some of these content creators are already disrespectful as it is, especially when it comes to Latin Puerto Rican fighters. But you know what? That's a total different conversation and subject. So you know what? I feel like I have it in my right to say what I got to say, because you guys are going to be disrespectful anyway. But I'm not even being disrespectful, Devin Haney. Do you, Papa? Do you, buddy? But you know what? You do this and you get cheated again, nobody's going to feel sorry for you. Nobody. I'm not. I don't feel sorry for you, because let me tell you something. As a supporter of Devin Haney, as a guy that paid $1,100 plus for a ticket to see Ryan Garcia take you on in the Barclays Center, I paid that much money in support of you because I wanted to be there, be a part of history, be a part of you defending your title at that point, in which it wasn't a title shot because the guy came in overweight. Oh, by the way, that's also disrespectful, not making weight. Yeah, that's what I did. And I cheered for you and I rooted for you and I was concerned for your well-being. And I was one of the first ones that said, watch Ryan pop dirty. And I got witnesses. My boy Tyrone was there. We talked about it right after the fight. And we said, I guarantee you, I bet you he pops dirty. And you know what? It happened. But you know what? I'm not even gonna dwell on that. But you know what? This is crazy. But then this is not it. Can somebody tell me, please, Comment in the comment section. Can you tell me what the fuck is this? What is this? What is this? You know what? I at first I didn't think it was a big thing, right? I didn't think it was that serious. He kind of got caught off guard. Teo coming in, showing somewhat respect, dabbing him up, and then walks away. At first, no problem, nothing wrong with it at all, right? Oh, but then this is after he got called back, and you could tell in Dev's face at that point, it looked like yeah, all right, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Kind of like when Fury yelled at Deontay Wilder, bomb squad, when they kind of bumped it, and it was kind of awkward interaction. I kind of understood why Wilder did what he did. He didn't want to look bad or maybe start something. And you know what? I had no problem with that. And I had no problem with this. Well, I have no problem with this. I mean, you got to say what's up. You don't want to cause a show. People are watching, whatever. But I have a problem with this. I have a problem with this because, my man, Teo walked away and you called them back. Why you call them back for? What was the point? These guys are friends. And if you don't believe that they're friends, then I got a bridge for you to sell. I got the George Washington bridge for you. Cash only. Cash only. I got a bridge for you to sell. The Throgs Neck Bridge. Cash only, guys. If you guys believe this, I got a couple of bridges for sale, bro. Because, listen, these guys are the best of friends. The show that we see out on the streets and on Twitter and social media and whatever, it's a show. This guy blatantly disrespected you on multiple occasions. You guys do remember when Teo had one of the titles when he was, I believe, WBC champion, and how Teo made a statement like, oh, we're going to get all the belts and you don't know, but we do. And, do whatever you want to do, my dude. But while you over there fighting more fights, me and Loma Chico, we're going to fight for Undisputed and blah, blah, blah. They had a plan to block the shit out of you so you wouldn't get Undisputed. And to your credit, you became Undisputed, which I thought was a beautiful and great thing. But why are you giving this guy any type of love or any type of friendly treatment? Why? Is this the new on code? Or did you G-check Teo? Because I don't know about you guys, but watching this video. Was that a smile by Devin Haney and Teo? Did they share a joke? Or did they share like an event? Or like, yo, you remember the last time we went to dinner a couple weeks ago? I mean, yo, this shit is crazy. This shit is fucking crazy. You called the man back. Like, what is this? What is happening? And I'm saying this is the things I talk about. You're like, when people come in at the chat and get at me about Hispanic fighters and talk about even Berlanga, like who I support Berlanga. And you know what? I've said some bad things about Berlanga. You know what I'm saying? As a fan and as a critique, right? We're content creators. This is what we're supposed to do. If you're covering the sport of boxing, let's be consistent. But you know what? I didn't see no G-check there. The same as when Bud Crawford supposedly G-checked Teo. I didn't like it. I didn't like that picture that they took. I didn't like that video because to me, it was pointless. Because at the end of the day, I knew Teo was going to do what he does best and still go back and disrespect the guy. And you know what I'm saying? Like if they face off or see each other again, which they did at the press conference, where he ran up in the press conference and kind of like, made it about him again. And that's what Teo does all the time. Mad disrespectful to multiple fighters, right? Where's the G-check here? These guys, look at the smile on this guy's face, bro. This is ridiculous. So at the end of the day, guys, listen, you guys have every right to be a fan of who you want to like. right? I still support Devin Haney inside that ring. I like Devin Haney. I'm rocking with Brian Norman Jr. I haven't picked a winner in the fight, but I'm rocking Brian Norman Jr. I would love to see Brian Norman Jr. beat this man because, listen, another thing is, where was the security, bro? Where was the security team to stop Teo or to yoke him up, right? Oh, but I get it. It was all good. He was only, it was a pound. It was a handshake. He dapped him up. Why you called him back? So you could dap him up again? This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. And this is why, I have no respect for a lot of you guys in the chats. Not the content creators. I got a lot of respect for different content creators. But you guys in the chats that come at me or like to talk grimy about Puerto Rican fighters and this and that, arguing me over Matias and calling him zesty and all of this. And then when I have a conversation, say he's not a bum, you want to talk about like he's gay and stuff like that. These are people in the chat that don't know shit about boxing, but they want to talk bad about Hispanic fighters and talk how great Devin Haney is, for the sport of boxing, which I truly believe he's great. Shit, I think Bill Haney is great for the sport of boxing. I think they're a little bit extra at times, but who isn't? You know what I'm saying? I've been very consistent with my stance. I think this is something that needs to be spoken about. I think this is something that needs to be said to you guys that support these guys and think that you're going to get something out of it. You're not going to get nothing out of it. You might get a great fight or two, but they don't care about you. And that's what I'm getting at. Forget the codes and forget, all this pride and shit like that. At the end of the day, these fighters don't give a shit about any of you guys. I promise you. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave your comments. I'm going to talk about this some more, hopefully this Friday. And, let me know what you think. Let me know your opinion. I'm sure somebody's going to come in and try to hate on me in the chat. I don't care. I go to the fights. You want to talk to me in person? I'm there, especially in New York. You know what I'm saying? I'll be at the Danny Garcia fight in October. He's making his farewell fight. Shout out to my guy Keith Cologne, who's going to be fighting the card. I've been to like 5 of his fights already. And shout out to you guys for still rocking with me. Please show your support by commenting in the channel, like and subscribe to the channel as well. Comment on this video. Please share the video as well. Call me whatever names you want to do in the book. Hey, you could even press the thumbs down button. I don't care. But at the end of the day, certain things have to be said, and I'm going to say it, whether you like it or not. Just like everybody else, when they get the platform, they say what they want to say. So peace, love, and I hope everybody is having a great week. And, I'll catch you in these chats or in these, what people like to say, these YouTube streets. Peace.